Give us your thoughts on the season. Obviously, another ride and falling just short, but obviously a pretty successful season and a long year.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a pretty wild group of characters, a lot of different personalities that gelled together like a brotherhood, and it's an absolute honor playing with these young Ferraris. The old muscle cars still giving her out there, but for a team that barely made the playoffs, we came together at the right time and went on a hell of a run. And obviously, it stings and hurts real bad getting there. Obviously, this team 3 years in a row, but that's a huge success, making it to the finals 2 out of 3 years in the conference final, obviously last year. So, who knows what the future holds if, you're going to lose a lot of guys, get some new guys that are, fill a piece of the puzzle. But hopefully, if I decide to play and I'm back, then we'll be able to get the job done next year. So that's the ultimate goal. And as good as the year went, still didn't get our goal. So there's always room for improvement, and definitely just a great group of guys I couldn't be more proud of, that worked extremely hard. And I'd like to thank all the fans for all their dedicated support, especially the last two games. It was phenomenal atmosphere in there. It was electric, and it was a lot of fun playing here again.
You have had obviously many years, so I'm sure it's hard to, you never rank anything or put anything, but when you look at the full season here this year, what are you going to remember when it's all said and done, when you kind of look back and reflect on the year?
Yeah, you always remember your guy time. A lot of my buddies that have retired, they always say, when you leave the game, you might not miss the actual playing of the hockey as much as you're going to miss the guy time, all the jokes on the bus, and the adversity with travel, and the Schnarples games at the back of the bus, just all the day-to-day things in the room. We have a blessed life to be playing this little boys and little girls game for a living, and it's a whole lot of fun. I wouldn't still be doing it if it wasn't an absolute blast. So you'll definitely remember the boys. So that this time of year is good to enjoy your teammates and get out and have a little fun and enjoy each other's company, because you might never see some of these guys again. Some are going up, some will be retiring and getting real jobs, and like I said, it was a great group, and we were super close. So the next few days will be fun to get together.
You got rid of the beard. What's your facial hair situation here in the next couple of days?
Yeah, well, the boys have been all over me for 2 years to grow the old Islanders mustache, and last night getting together after the game, having a few drinks and just enjoying the girlfriends and all the guys. We just did a little haircut, domo cuts, and McParlin went to work on a bunch of the guys' beards. You'll see a bunch of crazy stuff. So this won't be lasting long. Mrs. Gills is not a huge fan of the mustache, so we'll be taking it off, but just left it on for a day for the guys for little jokes.
I'm sure the question everyone wants to know is what your situation is. I'm sure you haven't decided anything yet, but what are your thoughts on the future of your career, and any initial thoughts right now after the season?
Yeah, I mean, I love the game. I love my role. I'm one of the rare tough guys you're going to talk to that absolutely love it. I love this group. I love this city and organization and fans, and I would definitely be willing to do another year. But those are talks I got to have with Mrs. Gills. We're a team, and it's not really just about me anymore. I got two older kids, and it'd be nice to be around in their life. So it's more day to day. So we'll discuss it like we always do, and reevaluate as how the body's doing. It feels pretty good. I didn't play as much this year as last year, so at this pace I could probably play a couple more. So that's talks we'll have with Wars and the group, and go from there.
You mentioned Wars, asked a couple guys this, but his transition, you saw him as an assistant last year, as a leader on the team. What was it like working with him and his transition as a head coach?
Yeah, he's just an awesome human being. So it's not it's easy to get up to play for a guy that really wants to win, that's emotional and passionate. Some of his speeches this year, made all the hairs on my arm stand up. As an 18-year pro, that's pretty hard to do. I've seen it all, and just a lot of emotion. And he might not show it all the time on the bench, but that's what good coaches do. They stay composed, and I really enjoyed playing for him. I loved him last year, and as assistant, he was a great player's guy last year, and I feel like he was able to transition that into the head coaching side, where he still had those nice one-on-one meetings with you where you're not out in the dark. He had an open door policy, and he's going to have a great career, and it was an honor to play for him.